What is up, everyone? It's Ryan, living in Cambodia, making videos so you can see what it's like to live in the Kingdom of Wonder. And today I'm going for a drive. I got about a 15-minute drive from Tul Tompong up to the Central Post Office of Phnom Penh. And I'm headed up there to check my PO Box. I have a PO Box with them. And this is, I'm hoping, a one in many episodes. We'll see if you guys like it, in a series that I am calling PO Box Cambodia. So a while back I opened this PO Box in Phnom Penh's beautiful Central Post Office, and I asked people to send me stuff. I want stuff. Give me stuff. Maybe you're a company, maybe you want to showcase a product, maybe you're just a fan and you want to send me a pair of your used underwear. Please don't do that. Whatever it is, as long as it's legal, send it to the address you see on the screen, and if all goes according to plan, it will be shown in one of my videos. So right now I'm on my way to see what we got today. I was sent a message by Cambodia Post and they said there's something in my PO Box. So that's what part of this video is about. Stay tuned to the end to find out what we got. But the other part of this series is me answering a question about Cambodia. If you have a question about Cambodia or expat life, leave it in the comments below and maybe it will be featured in the next PO Box Cambodia. Or maybe I'll get distracted by a dog with a poofy tail and I'll never make another one. You're puffed. Today's question is from Simple Dish from Simple Man, and he wants to know, has your impression of Cambodia changed for the better or worse after living here for 4 years? I don't know why I assumed he talked like a sports announcer from the 80s, but sorry about that. Simple Dish from Simple Man. And thank you, of course, for your question. I would say that my impression has changed in the last 4.5 years since I lived in Cambodia. I think after living in any foreign country for 4 years, you will come to some realizations. You'll get to know the country more and the culture more, and you're going to get both good and bad from that. Cambodia's culture is a difficult one to crack, but the more you get into it, the more comfortable you feel with it, and the more comfortable you feel going deeper into it. And after 4 years, I have less fear or nerves when it comes to like dealing with Cambodia. Some of those concerns at the start might be like getting run over while I cross the road, or just like stepping on toes, not literally, but like doing something wrong or not in the fashion that they usually do it and offending someone. I guess at first I felt like I was more of a guest in the country, and now I feel like I'm more a part of it all. And most of the concerns I had before are gone. Also, I know that Cambodians are really easygoing, and the worst that they'll do is probably like laugh at your mistake, which that might bother some people, I guess, to have someone laugh at you when you make a mistake, but it's a part of the culture here, and honestly, I kind of like it. Better than getting angry at you, that's for sure. So after 4 years, I've been able to explore places that most expats have never seen, and that's just strengthened my relationship with Cambodia. Overall, it makes the country more, I want to say, endearing, but I use the word endearing because that doesn't necessarily mean that everything that I discover I like. The deeper you get into it, the more you realize that this country is going to have struggles for a long time. And at first, you come here and you know the dark past, you know Cambodia is rebounding from it, and you're very hopeful. Maybe you even think you can help, and you're kind of gung-ho to help. But after 4 years, a lot of that has gone away. I realize that there are far too many hurdles. Many of the hurdles I can't even talk about, which makes the hurdle 10 times higher, you know? But I can give you an example, though. When I first came here, I met a lot of young female Cambodians who are very smart. They just seem to have a bright future, and it made me very hopeful. But after 4+ years in the country, I've kind of learned that there's a lot in the culture that's working against them. And I should say that this is a generalization. There are exceptions, and probably more exceptions now than there have ever been. But generally, in Cambodia, women marry up and men marry down. So what I mean by that is that a man can marry a woman who's not as well off as him, but it's sort of frowned upon if a man marries a woman that's wealthier, more educated, or like has a higher social status. So a woman, if they want to get married and start a family, which is very important in this culture, she can't be too successful or her dating pool is going to be much smaller. Also, the time that it might take to get through like medical school or like law school or something, by the time they're done with all the schooling, they're older and they risk being what they call in China a leftover woman. I'm not sure if they have a derogatory term for it here, but it's used to describe a woman that's not married who's over the age of 25. Traditionally in Cambodia, women are expected to marry between the age of 18 and 25, and a woman who remains unmarried beyond their mid-20s, they may face like social stigma, or they might be viewed as having missed their chance. So you can imagine wanting to focus on your career but only being able to do it till the age of 25. There's a lot of limitations there. So I would say 4 years into Cambodia, I've become less hopeful and more of just kind of a grunt bag when it comes to Cambodia's future. Maybe grunt bag isn't the right term, but I don't think about that type of stuff as much anymore. And some of that is because I've discovered that people here are pretty content. I see Cambodia as less of a charity case now. And that, I don't really like that term, but I think when you say Cambodia, most people from the West, they think genocide, they think poverty, landmines. It's like the it's the caricature that we've painted for Cambodia in the West, so it's always in your mind when you first get here. But now I'd say I don't see Cambodia as much of a charity case. In fact, I do kind of think that sounds a little insulting to say that, but I think a lot of Westerners that have come here have that mindset. What else? I'd say I've become more patient in my 4 years of living in Cambodia. I think you have to, or you're going to just turn into an asshole. And that patience is like, somebody makes a mistake, or it takes a long time to get something done, or, maybe it's retired life too. Like I don't have a job that I go to a 9 to 5, so, I'm a bit more relaxed about my time. Another thing, this isn't really about Cambodia, but it's about living here. At first I found it pretty easy to make friends, but now I would say it's hard to make long-lasting friends because people leave so quickly. And that's true about all the foreign countries that I've lived in. But I guess I notice it more now because I've been here for so long, and before I was the person who was leaving after like 2 years. Cambodia is actually now the country I've lived in the longest outside of Canada, my home country. Actually, just yesterday I was talking to somebody about how quickly those 4.5 years have gone by, and I guess that's because it's easy. I find it easy to live in Cambodia, and it's because I love it here. So I guess to answer your question, Mr. Simple Dish from Simple Man, it's a bit like being in a relationship with someone. You meet someone, they try to hide all their flaws, but the more you get to know the person, the more their flaws are revealed. Does it make you like them less, or does it make you fall more in love with them? I think kind of the latter. And that's the way I feel about Cambodia after 4.5 years. Sure, I've seen it with its makeup off, but that's what it is, and I appreciate it for what it is. Let's go see if anybody sent me anything sweet. Oh, don't be empty. All right, let's go. All right, we've got prezzies. This one, I'm pretty sure I know what it is because it's coming from AliExpress. And a company contacted me about sending it, hoping I would showcase it in a video. Yes, Wurkkos. Wurkkos, a company that makes these little flashlights, and they're really cool. I think they're really cool. We'll find out. Look how tiny it is. So small. And it's magnetic, so I can pop it on the fridge. Moonlight mode can last 36 hours. I'm sure it's 1 lumen. It goes up to 680 lumens. That's bright. That's bright for this little thing. Boom. Whoa, that's super bright. Holy shit, man. That is frickin' powerful for a little guy. And then to turn it up brighter. How do I turn it up brighter? Oh my god, I've blinded myself. I can't read the instructions. Press, hold low, press and hold medium, press and hold high, press and hold for turbo. 1, 2, 3. Turbo. I can clip it.
So if I want to go for a bike ride at night, clip it to my thing. I'm riding a bicycle now. When the light is off, double press the right button to switch to RGB light mode. Ooh, purple, red, blue, ooh, rainbow. 180 meter beam distance, and it's also waterproof, which is amazing. They pour 300 liters of water over the course of 3 minutes on this thing, and it still works. So super waterproof. You don't have to worry about if you want to take it out in the rain. Yeah, pretty cool little product. I'm gonna go check to make sure it's magnetic. Oh yeah, sticks to the fridge nicely. Check out the links below in the description, and one will get you to their homepage, which is a place where you can buy the product, and also Amazon if you prefer Amazon. Check both of them. I think the homepage is actually cheaper right now. There's a sale. So check that out. Wurkkos, powerful lights for your everyday needs. That's not their slogan. What is their slogan? That's all. Thanks very much, Wurkkos. That's very cool. I like this. All right, guys, that wraps up the first episode of PO Box Cambodia. I like doing these long form answers to your questions. So if you have a question that you want answered in a video like this, let me know in the comments below. If you want to send me something, here's the address you can send it to. And again, if you're a business and you want to showcase your product, give me the details. I'll advertise it for you on the channel for free. Wurkkos contacted me. They're not paying me to do this, but you know, I'm happy to promote small businesses that don't have a lot of money for marketing and do it for free, or at least the cost of the item. So hopefully we'll be doing more of these. Thank you for watching. Take care. Comb your hair.
Don't get blinded by the media. I'd rather be myself. Take flight, got a speedy on speed dial. And meanwhile, my dream right beside me with a smile. She like Destiny Child.